What's going on, everybody? Dottz Gaming here, and today I have a PvP commentary for you guys on my Magicka build for the Elder Scrolls Online Greymoor patch. The one thing that's been very highly requested from me recently here on the YouTube channel is PvP commentaries on all of the classes that I've made builds for, not just my main character, whoever that is from patch to patch. So we're going to be doing that. We've already made PvP commentaries on our Magicka Nightblade early in its testing phase, so I'll probably do another one soon. And we've also done a PvP commentary on the Enduring Flame Magicka build, so now we're going to be hitting the Magister MagSorc and then going down the line of the classes that we have. And I just want to address, because I know I'm going to get asked about it a lot, why am I not doing the Cyrodiil? Why am I not doing Imperial City? And if I'm just going to be very blunt and forward about it, I just don't currently enjoy the state of Cyrodiil and Imperial City. Performance this patch feels really, really bad, and it's not as bad inside of BGs. So when recently, whenever I play Cyrodiil and Imperial City, I just get frustrated because I die so much to stuff that's just totally out of my control and skills not going off, dying and dodge roll. Like, there's just a lot of weird stuff that's been happening in open world, and I've been enjoying Battlegrounds personally a lot more. I really haven't enjoyed open world much, if at all, this patch, especially if I'm solo. If I'm with another person, it's different, but solo, haven't been enjoying it nearly as much. So I've been doing more BGs, and that's what we're going to be doing primarily for these PvP commentaries. I also think it's just a little more reliable to get build or to get footage for these types of videos. So without further ado, let's hop into the commentary. We are on the MagSorc build. Haven't really made any changes, I don't think, since the build video. I think the only thing we made is I'm trying Ellie Drain instead of Endless Fury. I'm also coming off a week break from ESO, so I'm going to be a little bit rusty on certain things. I do make some mistakes at some parts. At one point, my fingers come off my bars in a weird way, so like I almost die 1v1 to like a low CP mag blade because like my fingers, like I started to press my WoW keybinds because I'm playing a little bit of WoW right now, and I was like, oh crap, you know, I just got super messed up. So thankfully though, I was able to get myself back in the right spot, and we're doing okay. So we killed that guy really quickly by the flag. He went into clown form, but he wasn't really that tanky even inside of it, so we just pressured him with a lot of damage. We are in domination. I do actually try to play the objective this game. I do still go for kills, but I do try to play the objective a little bit more this game. So we see these two guys in the middle, and so I just start to pepper them from range. We are a MagSorc, so I can bridge the gap with my streak between this platform and the platform ahead of me. So my goal is to, if I can kind of pepper them down a little bit with damage, I can streak across and then go into like my big burst if I have it. So we streak across once I see my teammate over here on the right start running in. So I want to support him and get this flag. I know I have two teammates behind me on the flag, so I want to, you know, move in and actually take a second flag. So here's what happens. We are here. We streak across. We have our shields up, which is good. We pepper this guy with the curse. We got the Ellie Drain up. We go into a dodge cancel frags because I saw that he shot his bow at me. Boom. The guy just gets creamed by everything going off at the exact same time. So he shot the bow off. I actually dodged a little bit afterwards, but I wanted to dodge damage from this sniper over here. As you can see, there's a lot of snipers in this BG. A lot of them. So we dodge cancel the frags, and this guy gets crapped on by it. We then go through and apply all of our debuffs to this guy here, hit them with the frag, bam, BED. So at this point, I start seeing all these snipers. I do a lot of BMing on these snipers this game. I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of them in this BG. So we hit this guy up with the curse. Now I have a feeling this guy, even though I cursed him, he probably thinks, okay, I'm in stealth. I'm probably gonna be safe. So I streak across, and we catch him with our armor buff. So for the BM, we hit him with the curse goes off. We hit him with the meteor. Meteor goes off into force pulse into he's dead. So there's a lot of snipers in this game, and because they're a bit squishier, I take full advantage of the fact that I have the stun on my streak and really try to pull them out of stealth with it. Now, this is the 1v1 that I almost lose because I misclick a fucking lot because I've been playing other games during my week break. So we have our armor buff up, which is good. I get hit with a huge smack of damage. I think this guy might be wearing a proc set because I took a really big smack of damage after the Assassin's Will. You can see the Assassin's Will takes me down, and then I take a lot of damage after this. I don't know if maybe that was a proc set or something that hit me, but I took a lot of damage at once, going all the way down to 2%. So I made sure, okay, we got his shields up. So I get a good dodge roll. We go rapid regen. We go into our dark conversion, which is basically kind of like a burst heal for the build. So now we're fully shielded up. Our health is increasing. So now I can go back on offense. This guy already has Ellie Drain on him. He's got curse on him. So I try to streak through. I miss, unfortunately. Curse is about to pop. So what we do is we hit the frags. Frags goes off. Curse pops. Dude starts taking a lot of damage. We go into our light attack force pulse spam. Now he's attacking us with his offense, so I do a dodge cancel on the crystal frags. Crystal frags hits. And then we just keep peppering with the light attack and force pulse. Reapply curse, streak, and he dies to our damage. So the really good thing about this build is that because our back bar is pretty defensive in nature, we are able to recover from being behind pretty easily between Engine Guardian healing us, between the heals from Dark Conversion, Rapid Regen, and the fact that we have 2 really strong shields. So as you can see, even brought down to 2% HP, we were still able to pull back from that. So I weave some light attacks on my back bar, Ellie Drain, Curse, Frags, hard cast the frags because skills double cast all the time in ESO, and we get the kill. So at this point now, we're just trying to retake some flags. I'm just trying to kind of get some flags for my team. I see this green guy trying to pinch up into the middle. So just because he's standing in a really open spot and I'm a ranged character, I'm going to take advantage of that. And I streak over into the middle here because we already have the flag where I was standing. So I really want to help my team start capturing flags. So I'm just going into light attack force pulse weaving. I should have hit my frags there while I was weaving. If you notice here, I hit the frag. We're weaving. I don't have curse up. I don't have Ellie Drain up. I don't have my armor buff up. This is just, you know, the fact that I took a week off really kind of showing here. So really be sure that when you guys are playing at all times, because especially because there's a lot of gankers in this battleground, right? So if at any point I got ganked, I would have been screwed. So be sure you always have your buffs and debuffs applied at all times, even if you're attacking somebody that you know you're going to probably just kill with light attacks and force pulses. It's better to just be safe, maintain everything, practice good habits. So this green guy starts to pinch in here, so I weave my light attacks, get my buffs back up. We reapply curse, reapply Ellie Drain, go into frags, and they just get crap done because we had all of our stuff applied, so we were doing max damage. So we just stand on this middle flag here, kind of trying to cap it. I know that there's a lot of snipers in this BG, so I'm going to hold block just in case, and I do end up getting sniped. And I see where the snipe came from, so what I do is I position myself behind a pillar so the guy can't snipe me, but I'm still close enough to the flag that I can capture it. I see this guy is low from the Venomous Smite from the purple team, so I just, you know, step up and hit him with a quick light attack force pulse, and he goes down. We get sniped again, but thankfully our Engine Guardian HP thing procs, so I don't really have to do much in the defense department. I just really kind of heal myself with a quick rapid regen, and we're good to go. See this person come into the middle. We go into our our buff application on the back bar, getting our armor buff back up. We do Ellie Drain, Curse, Frags, dead. Now, this gets spawned. The graveyard gets spawned on the ground. Now, for those of you who do not know, necromancers in general, when you see a graveyard come up, they're going to be going for a synergy bomb on you. And so a lot of what necromancers, especially Magicka necromancers, are able to do is they're able to place this boneyard down. And they wear a trait on their necklace and their jewelry called Harmony, which increases their synergy damage done by a gross amount. And so they can self-synergize with their own ground AoE. So if you step into this and they synergize with it, it's going to be dealing so much more damage. And you can, if it crits, you will just take huge pressure. Now, I guess there wasn't anybody near me. He probably just applied it from range. But I wanted to be safe, so I immediately stepped out of it. So I see this Magblade stepping up to my teammate. We already have the middle flag, so I shriek across to go help my teammate. And our crap procs, and he dies. So very, very easy kill there. So we start to try to secure this flag here. Like I said, I am going to be trying to rotate from flag to flag. I do actually try to play the objective. I want to be a good teammate for this commentary and try to get as many kills as I can, though, just to show off the build and get into situations that we can discuss. But I start to rotate over to the green flags. Really probably should have pinched over to that purple flag since they are winning. Unfortunately, we do end up losing this BG too. But I see this guy sniping me from over here, and I do the exact same thing I did in the middle, where I stand behind this mushroom, but I'm still in range of the flag that he can't, like I can cap it, but he can't snipe me. Now, this dude's looking for an opening, so I kind of go for a little BMT bag here to kind of, you know, taunt him, so to speak. And so he hits me with a couple snipes, so I just heal myself back up. This dude steps out, steps down. I have all my debuffs. I have one shield up, so I know I can go into my offensive combo here. So I got my buffs on the back bar rolling. We go into Curse. We go into the Meteor. We go into Streak. He stuns. Meteor hits. Frag. It's just, you love to see it, dude. You absolutely love to see it. Clean burst combo. Only thing that could have made it cleaner was if I actually had my Ellie Drain up. Now, one of his teammates goes for a res, so we interrupt him with the crushing shock into the force. We basically just do our full combo on this guy. Still drinking my coffee, so my brain's still running a little slow. So we refresh our back bar armor buff. We go into Force Pulse to interrupt the, or excuse me, we go into Crushing Shock to interrupt the res. Ellie Drain. Curse. Frag. Dead. Textbook. So now that we have this flag under our control, I do see that there's a purple guy in the middle. Now, I want you guys to see the sheer glory that is the Elder Scrolls Online. So, we step over here. I see this guy in the middle. I press my streak, and nothing happens. So, we instead just casually saunter off the edge, and then we just walk ourselves back up here to the middle, and we start peppering these guys down the way with our skills. Now, I do see these guys on the left here dealing a lot of damage from across the way. Now, my teammates go and pinch on them. I want to stay here because I do want to try to capture this flag, and I know this guy here is a sniper. So I do still try to apply some pressure to him, apply pressure to these guys from range while taking this middle flag. Now, this mag blade is back again, so I block the Assassin's Will when I hear the audio cue, and we go into our shields. Now, I'm positioning myself behind these pillars just to kind of interrupt a little bit of his damage flow while I'm going through and applying my defensive pressure. I streak across to position myself behind him again, as you saw. After I streaked here, I can't use my arrow keys to rewind. I forgot it breaks me back too far. So like I said, we use these pillars to LOS while we apply our shields. I'm light attacking, applying my defense. My streak, I missed the stun a little bit. So again, right here, we just go behind just to dodge a light attack. He gets us with the crippling grasp. So again, we're just going into our offense. We streak to stun him into Force Pulse, and bam, he's dead. So that was a perfect example of just he positioned himself really poorly compared to where I was. Like, I stayed in the middle. I stayed behind the pillars the whole time, so that as we were fighting, I was able to get a little bit of disruption on his damage, and I was able to LOS some things, and I was able to refresh my buffs and debuffs on him while peeking in and out of LOS and just interrupting the flow of his rotation. So he was just standing in the middle, just letting me deal a lot of damage to him. He should have pinched up to me and also have used the pillar for his advantage. But so we streak across because I see these guys sniping at me, and I'm going to BM the shit out of this guy. So we hit the meteor into the streak to stun him. Meteor hits, Crystal Frags goes off, dude dies. We start getting pressured from multiple people. So what I do is I just, again, after this dude dies, we have this guy, this necromancer on us. Okay, I start getting sniped from that green guy in his base again. Purple team's attacking us. So what I do is I move over here. Okay, so the reason I move here, let me rewind this just a wee tad. Okay, that went way too far. Okay, so we're getting sniped from the purple team. Okay, this green guy's right here attacking us. So I move here because we don't want the purple team. Can I please have my pen? We don't want the purple team to be able to attack us. So if we were to go over here, they would have been able to attack us. If we went back this way, they would have been able to attack us. So I go right here behind this pillar so that they cannot fire on me from their position. They have to pinch into here, and then I have an advantageous position because I can fire on them from where I am, and if things start to get really, really bad or I get put in a bad situation, I can swing this way. The only danger would be if I start getting attacked from the center. That's kind of the only risk that I run here, but what I could do at that point is I could probably, if the guy from the center is hitting me really, really hard, I could always try and streak this way, which would put me in the middle of the purple team, unfortunately. But then from there, I could either maybe try to go behind this mushroom, or I could try to kite into a different area. But just so you guys can see, that was my my thought process while I was going through and kiting these guys. So we apply our debuffs to this dude. So we go into Curse, Ellie Drain. Dude just dies to my team's damage. Well, thankfully, I didn't also have to worry about getting attacked from the center because our teammate was in the center, so we did not have to worry about that. One of these purple guys starts to come up into our team, laying down the wall of elements. Unfortunately, not going to really help him here, so he just drops. If you guys see me hardcast frags a lot, it's because, you know, with the ability lag that's currently in ESO, I have to smash my keys to get my skills to go off, so sometimes, like, skills end up double casting, which is super annoying. But it's just kind of like an unfortunate reality of the state of the game at the moment. But if you do see that, it's like I'm not trying to intentionally hardcast the frags. It's just I'm getting stuck in it. So we pull back after that purple guy escapes us into this one guy that's attacking my teammate. And we just go into our damage rotation on this guy, and he dies to our damage. But this is a good teachable moment here. So so here, right, I'm attacking this purple guy. He's pretty low. We got all of our buffs on him. He goes into a big heal on himself. So he goes, and now he pinches back into his team. Now, we don't chase, okay? If I was to chase here, it'd put me in a really poor position. so I don't want to chase. So what I do is I move back again, using that pillar for LOS to protect myself. I see this green guy on my teammate, so I streak through him to stun him. Crystal frags, get stuck in the hard cast, and then he dies. Now, I start getting sniped from one snipe to the left, one snipe to the right, and as you can see, look at all these arrows. 1, 2, 3, all coming in. I also have a venomous smite proc on me. So I basically go into the light attack force pulse as I drop off here and use the rock here as LOS. We see this green guy pinching in. So what I do is I go here so that if this guy was to drop down, I'd be able to fire on him from down here, which is why I swap to my front bar immediately, shields up. But the guy ends up not coming down. So from there, we end up just coming back out, actually, and, you know, kind of inspecting the situation. Use my dark conversion to get my Magicka back up, pop my potion. So we pinch back into this guy on the middle. He stuns us. We CC break it. We go into the stun, into the crystal frags, get wrecked. So we're getting sniped now, again, from across the way from multiple people. So again, I try to use the pillar here for LOS. Stay within the range of the flag, though. Make sure I don't get attacked. I get ganked here. Unfortunately, I believe this is when we do die, and it's definitely a misplay on my part. My stamina is really, really low here, as you can see. So we stun this guy. We go into the meteor. Terrible, terrible decision. Absolute waste of ultimate. I also put myself in a really poor position. So as we can see, right, I'm getting sniped from the east. Okay, the east here. So I get ganked by this guy from stealth. I also get attacked by the mag blade. Now I put myself behind this pillar. Now I have green guys here. There's a guy in stealth over here. And there's a guy firing behind me. This is arguably the worst place I could have gone. It would have been better if I went behind this pillar, because then I would have LOS'd the guy that was like this arrow over here and this scuffed V, as well as the X. So I would have been able to have all three of those guys LOS'd instead of just like one. So unfortunately, I put myself in a atrocious position. So we start getting sniped even more from over here. This is a fourth guy attacking us. So I try to, again, go to that pillar. I shriek across to stun this guy. Terrible move. Terrible, terrible move. And I go into my meteor. Now, what I should have done is I should have just camped that pillar. There's a purple guy over here, too. As you can see, I don't know if you can notice, there's a guy right here. So if I did stay on this pillar, that guy probably would have started attacking me, too. But what I could have done to be safer here is I could have shield stack and dropped off. Okay, could have shield stack, dropped off. I would have been lost from all these guys, and no one would have been able to attack me. I could have gone to the tunnels, healed myself back up, dark conversion, whatever. I just put myself in a really, really poor decision. Got a little arrogant. I get stunned from that snipe. I'm low on stam, so I no shields up, so I just eat damage, and unfortunately, I go down. But I want you guys to be able to see, like, what those little positional mistakes, like, they can add up very, very quickly when you're getting attacked from multiple people. And there's places I could have gone, things I could have done to LOS, you know, 90% of the targets, almost all the targets. But unfortunately, because I put myself in poor positions, just looking to get a kill there, I ended up dropping, you know, due to the damage coming in from just so many different ranged sources, you know. I did exactly what I criticized the guy from before. I tried to use pillars to my advantage, but the pillars that I chose were unfortunately not the best. So this guy goes to stealth behind this pillar here. So I just pinch up a little bit here. I go into the streak to stun him because I know he's just stealth behind it. We go into our damage. We go in, just rotate through it. Unfortunately, though, he does get away, but my teammate does chase him down. We have this green guy pinch in here onto us, so we just deal damage to him and he dies. Again, gets stuck in the hard cast. The frags animation almost killed the guy. If that was a regular crystal frags, he would have dropped. So we have our flag now. We were going to streak across to cap that flag, but unfortunately at that point the game ends. We do a lot of damage though, man. Highest damage in this game, 648k damage. But overall though, I think it was a very, very good game. I think especially for like not having played in like over a week, I'm pretty happy with how it went. One of the biggest issues I saw again was that one positional mistake I made. I think again, if I had dropped off there or kited to a different pillar, I would have taken a lot less damage, would have been able to recover my resources, and probably wouldn't have had any deaths on my match. But, you know, it is what it is. It happens, and it's all a learning experience. But I hope you guys can see how it looks when you do play the Magicka build. It's a really, really good build. High burst, great sustain. You're very tanky, even with no tank sets on. You know, MagSorc, it's just a really, really good class to play right now. And it's a lot of fun. So hopefully you guys found this commentary enjoyable and educational. If you did, smack a like on it. Leave any comments below if you have any questions. Or, you know, let me know what else you want to see in terms of these commentaries, if this is something else I could be covering. And, of course, guys, subscribe to keep up to date with all the content I put here on my channel. So thank you all for stopping by and watching. I very much appreciate it. As always, I'm Dottz Gaming, and I'll see you all in the next one.